Live. Amazing. All right, there he is. Okay,
Yeah.
now there he is. All right, now we're live again. Okay, so this is episode 57, 2 of the Super Deformed Gamescast, and I'm not going to go through that whole spiel again. This is the second week.
See the sequel.
I'm looking at the. There we go. Now we're good. There's no choppiness. It's beautiful. All right, I'm looking handsome. That's good. Okay.
Nice.
So anyway, we've got 9volt from Twitter. It's amazing. He like introduced himself. We had a funny story about why he's called 9volt, but none of you guys will ever hear that because fucking Google Plus for the second week in a row. But anyway, like I said earlier, we're really happy you're here, man. Seriously, it's really cool that you decided to do your first podcast with us. So we do appreciate that.
Oh yeah, no, it's cool.
First and second.
First, yeah, dude, this is technically your podcast now. Well done. And Brandon and Matt and Steve, happy to see you guys, man.
Hey, definitely.
And we should have more straggling in here as we go. And Enrique is going to join us. Our new Matt, supposedly the new member of our podcast, who I was going to fucking talk about tonight. He's not even here, so you're fired already.
He's kicked off. Yeah, no,
you're done. You're gone.
We operate on a one-strike policy.
We do. You're fucking out. So don't even bother trying to get in. But we've already got people popping up a chat. That's awesome. So what we do here, Volt, since you're new to us, is we always start off by talking about what we've been playing this week. And since you're a guest, we'll go ahead and start with you. So why don't you tell us what you've been playing this week, man?
It's basically just a bunch of Titanfall.
My man. What are your thoughts on that?
Man, that campaign is something else.
It is so fucking good.
I feel so bad for not having played it yet.
I can't believe I haven't played it.
Because I'm like the biggest fucking Titanfall fan.
I didn't even the multiplayer is great too, and I didn't even like the alpha. Yeah, but that what mode was in the alpha? Whatever that was.
Bounty Hunt.
Bounty Hunt.
Yeah,
right?
I haven't played that once, and everything else is pretty great.
Yeah, I was a huge fan of the Titanfall 2 campaign, and I wasn't expecting much either, right? I mean, I've never played.
Described in so many amazing ways. Like I've so many analogies. I was like,
there's a bit of hyperbole going on, but
there must be because I've seen some shit.
It's good, but some people are like losing their shit about this game.
There's one level in particular, the Effect and Cause level.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys spoil anything, but yeah, that level's really special.
Yeah,
I've already heard a few things.
Yeah, like I won't spoil anything for anybody watching who hasn't actually played it, but that is one of my favorite first-person shooter levels of all time now. I'm not going to sit here and say that the campaign of Titanfall 2 is like the fucking second coming. It's not going to change your life or anything, but because you're right, man. Like there is some hyperbole floating around on Twitter.
Yeah,
I don't think people had expectations, but they thought it would be the same old Call of Duty Battlefield campaign.
The same thing happened when Doom came out. No one thought anything, and
I knew Doom was going to be good.
Oh, you were the one.
Brandon was the one guy.
Yeah, I got shit for being excited for that game earlier in the year. Like I would tweet out like, "Oh, these are my most anticipated games of the year." People are like, "Doom? You're fucking crazy."
I was excited about Doom, but I don't know. I was nervous, I guess.
I mean, it did come out of nowhere, absolutely. Yeah. Like it was better than the marketing made it look like. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, Doom was weird. Like Bethesda came out and they said, well, we're not gonna send out review copies until launch day, and everybody lost their shit, and so did I too.
That's just straight up a Bethesda policy now.
Yeah, that's the way they do things now. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out with Dishonored 2 next week.
I bet that's gonna score well.
Oh yeah, and it's gonna be great. Like I'm not worried about Dishonored 2. I'm just like I'm thinking about games that don't have the audience that like a Fallout or a Skyrim do. Like how are they gonna do like if there's a new IP?
The world on fire for sales.
Wait.
Well, the first one did crazy good.
Yeah, it did really well
for the time it came out and like the relative lack of marketing. Like it was shockingly sold shockingly well. So I'm curious to see how the second one does.
I hope it does good. And it's really like, what's up with all the fucking games releasing on Friday now? Like, have you guys noticed that?
Yeah, I noticed that too. Weird trend.
Since like September, all of a sudden.
Which is fine with me because work is going to start wondering why I'm always sick on Tuesdays. So I'm totally cool with them switching to Friday. It makes more sense to me anyway, right? Like, you get the game on Friday and you can play it all fucking weekend.
What's coming out this week? Is it Infinite Warfare?
Infinite Warfare unlocks tonight.
Infinite Warfare.
It unlocks tonight?
Yep. Midnight.
Oh.
Midnight, yeah. Which I'm not.
Man, I haven't even been following all this shit. Like I'm just still in my own little world of Overwatch.
But Volt, have you played anything else this week?
A bunch of Thumper. Have you guys played that?
Yeah,
Mm.
I did. I played a little bit of Thumper, and I loved what little of it I played.
Yeah, it's really good. I'm like halfway through it. It gets really tough, but it's one of my favorite rhythm games in a long time. It's really good.
You're like the
Super sweet.
30th person to tell me that.
It's really good. Yeah, it's like I heard it described as rhythm violence, and that's the best description I've heard of it.
I mean, that's the subtitle of the game itself.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
It's
I
called
guess-
Thumper Rhythm Violence. Yeah, the name of the game is Thumper Rhythm Violence.
I guess that's where I saw it then. But yeah, it's really good.
It's an app description.
Yeah, no, it's like terrifying for a rhythm game.
It is. It's fucked up, dude.
You're talking to the right guy about rhythm games.
Super good way. In a super good way.
Brandon's our rhythm game guy.
Yeah. Oh man, I love.
Oh yeah,
rhythm games.
rhythm games are great.
He's all about it. I'll tell you, said video games are great. I'm like, they are.
Yeah,
Absolutely
They're all right.
wonderful. Yeah, I put up with them. Awesome, cool. All right, man. Brandon, what are you playing this week?
You guys already know. I've played
Oh,
nothing
God.
else. I played nothing else other than Overwatch.
Are you
I
kidding me?
play like 4 hours of Overwatch a day.
Have you seen any movies?
Yeah, like gone for a walk or something. Or
They don't make good movies anymore.
okay, so here's what I'm going to start doing. You guys have seen Zero Dark 30, right?
Yeah.
Where you know that scene where the CIA agent she starts writing on the glass wall or on the glass partition. It's been 31 days since I told you where Bin Laden is, and nobody's doing anything about it. I'm gonna start doing that on this podcast. It's been 10 weeks since Brandon has played anything but Overwatch.
Well, you do know that Sombra comes out tomorrow, or it doesn't come out, but will be revealed.
Okay, all right. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
BlizzCon starts tomorrow, dude.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, dude. Yep. I hope you're ready for Diablo.
Diablo 4 is going to get announced, and all sorts of things.
Overwatch 2 is going to be. Yeah, it's going to be great. Okay. All right. Let me ask you this then. What is it going to take for you? All right. What game is going to tear you away from Overwatch? Let's do
It is
that.
absolutely 100% Final Fantasy 15. I will put Overwatch completely aside until I get a good way into FF15 at least.
Here's the thing about FF15 is that you were a doubter, and you were like, this game. You're like, I'm not sure about this game. I'm not sure about this game, but dude, I'm telling you right now, you've seen the impressions. It's going to be good.
I've always been a believer in FF15.
No.
I like, you would be crazy if you haven't had trepidations about it in some capacity.
I was always a believer.
I pre-ordered the deluxe edition the night of that FF15 Uncovered event. Like,
That's the one that's been
in
in development for 10 years, right?
Yeah.
FF Versus 13.
Yeah.
It got announced in 2006.
Yeah, think about that. Like, I was still in the Marine Corps.
306.
When that thing
Yeah,
got announced. Like
That was my first year of being in the Marine Corps.
Like that game, like I have an 8.5-year-old son. This game was announced 2 years before he was born.
Yep.
Like, holy shit. And no, do I think there's any way it could live up to the fucking 10 years of hype? No, probably not, but nothing can. Do I think it's going to be a great Final Fantasy game? Yeah, I think it is. There's been so many positive impressions about it now, and everybody who's played it has said it looks and plays 100 times better than it did during that
Platinum demo.
What was that demo? That demo was terrible.
Oh god, yeah,
It was made by interns.
yeah. It was awful. It was awful. I downloaded it and I was like,
I don't play Final Fantasy, and I played that. And I'm like, what are you people talking about? This
I'm
thing
so
is
sorry.
garbage.
You should have played like FF6 or 7.
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
really sorry that was your exposure to Final Fantasy was the Platinum demo. That's terrible.
Seriously, of all things, the fucking Platinum demo. All right.
So I'm thinking about the timing of the Final Fantasy 15 announcement and like how long it's been. Let me make you guys feel old like I do every week.
Please
All right,
do.
let's do it. Whoa. Hold on. Feel old. You're 20 years old.
You say that every week.
Okay, go ahead. Let's hear it.
You always bring it up every week. So Final Fantasy 15 was announced halfway through my life. People have been waiting for it half my life.
It's been a third of my life. Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
I just
It
want
is
to point out real
ridiculous.
quick.
It was half of my life for Duke Nukem Forever.
I took a gander at chat right here. Jesse says he can back my statement about me always being a believer of. I have an avatar bet with Jesse related to 15's Metascore, right? So we bet on an 85 plus meta about 2 months ago. Okay.
I'm thinking 88, 89. Yeah.
And no, I know it's gonna be plus 90. I'm telling you now.
Plus 90.
I'm telling you now, it's gonna be plus 90. Yep. It's gonna be the highest rated Final Fantasy since 12.
What's 12? Like 91 or 92?
12 was like 92 or 93.
Yeah. And then 13 was like 81 or
13 was
82.
81. Yeah, which isn't bad, but for a mainline Final Fantasy.
For a mainline Final Fantasy, yeah. Big.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say, Duke Nukem Forever was announced when I was 12, and it came out when I was 25, 26,
What year was it announced again?
97.
Yeah.
Because Duke Nukem 3D
07.
came out in 96.
Yeah, I
and
was
then
9.
Duke Nukem Forever was 97. Yeah.
That's so
and
bad.
it came out in 2011. 14 fucking years, dude.
Oh shit, it's Gabe. Gabe joined us. What's up, man?
He kind of
Hello.
He's slunk in
All
there.
right, guys.
Gabe snuck in the back door like he always does.
Whoa.
That came out really bad.
No.
That came out real bad. Okay, so
That's why we call him Backdoor Gabe.
backdoor Gabe. We got after hours
What?
Jonathan.
Oh, that's why.
I didn't know that.
After all these months. Finally.
So we'll go to Matt and then we'll ask Gabe what he's been playing this week. Matt, what
Oh
do you-
man, it's hot.
Titanfall 2 and
There you
Skyrim.
Good man. Oh, so I want to get your thoughts on the Skyrim remaster because you're a big
Okay.
Skyrim guy like me.
Yeah, I have no idea how I feel about it because like it's taking over my life again, like I expected it to. But like it's just not clicking like it originally did. But it's still like I still love that game, even though I know it has major issues.
I love it too, but I think one of the things that hit me was like I didn't really appreciate how bad the character models are.
Oh my god!
Until I played it again this week, and I was like, "Oh Jesus!"
Have you seen it? Have you seen an Oblivion character model in the last?
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Those are precious.
I love how the camera would like zoom into their face when you were talking to them, so you
Yeah,
can see just
yeah.
how extra awful they look. Like,
Every
all those
single
little
model in
details.
Oblivion is an alien.
Well, and like I'm so glad that Skyrim got rid of that. They got rid of that mood system that the Oblivion characters had. Like when
Yeah,
they
that
got-
was so bad. I hated it.
because like when they got mad at you, like I couldn't take it seriously. They were like,
Yeah.
and I was like, I can't fucking do this. But yeah, no, like I fired up Skyrim and I was in the cart with Rayloff, I think his name is, and I was like, dude, your hair looks like a fucking clump of pasta noodle that I cooked.
Yeah,
Like,
sucks
For
is, like,
the definitive edition, they should have just included that Randy Savage mod just in the game. Like,
yeah.
the new canonical Skyrim is with the Randy Savage mod.
We've actually
'Cause,
got a question. Matt, we've actually got a question for you.
Oh really?
Yeah. Chris Reyes wants to know, how does it run on PS4?
Really well. I have not had any major frame rate drops. Like when it's loading a new cell or something, you'll get a little hitching, but it's rare and not very noticeable. But yeah,
That's
the
a first
character
for
models are-
Bethesda Game Studio.
Yeah.
Would it
Yeah,
not-
it's kind of shocking, even though it was a PS3 game.
But I
Yeah.
mean, they can't, Oh, go ahead, Gab. I'm sorry.
No. Keep going. I'm just gonna make a joke. So forget.
No, make a joke. Let's hear it. I want to hear it.
Oh no.
Continue.
Timing
continue.
timing is grand.
Bethesda
Okay,
is
fine.
easy
That's fine.
pickings.
Keep
But
going.
yeah, I was really, really excited about Skyrim Remastered. Like I've been talking about it on the podcast, just like I can't fucking wait. This is one of my favorite RPGs of all time, and I'm playing it. And not only do the character models just look awful, like I'd forgotten about all those little foibles they have when they're moving around, and I'm just like I feel like I'm playing with a bunch of I feel like I'm in Westworld, but it's like Skyrim, like everybody's like moving very robotronically, and the combat has. Coming off of Dark Souls, like when you play Skyrim.
Coming off of
Yeah.
literally anything.
Coming off of fucking pinball, I'm like, man, this pinball has so much.
There's
better combat
there's
than
nothing that
Skyrim.
makes Skyrim combat feel good by comparison.
There's literally nothing.
Yeah, when you're wandering around the wilderness, everything looks great, and then you see a person, and you're like, right, I'm playing Skyrim. This is a very old game.
Or you could play it on PC and mod in like some anime girls or something.
Ooh, that's an option.
That's you're such a fucking weeb.
Come on, Brandon.
But that's the other thing is like if you're gonna buy it, if you're gonna buy Skyrim Remastered and you're a console guy, I mean you might as well get it on an Xbox because you'll have access to all the mods. There's only like I think there's like 200 mods on Xbox and there's maybe a quarter of that.
Yeah,
on
PS4 getting stuff like road signs, like people have fixed that they actually point to
Yeah.
places. You're getting a lot of like little tweaks, but Xbox, they just got Fallscar, which is like an expansion size.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and the best part about them, like the mods on PS4, like the road signs, is that if you turn on like better road signs, it disables your trophies. And I'm like, fucking why?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, fuck
The
that.
road signs, like who gives a shit? I mean, fuck it.
It looks like road signs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I look at roadside sometimes, but whenever I want to know where I'm going. Matt, anything else?
well, I wanted to know what you guys are thinking about Titanfall 2 multiplayer, because I'm not really it's not really grabbing me. Like the first.
Did you play the? Oh, you did. Okay.
Yeah, campaign is amazing. Like, but I think I like the campaign so much because I like the platforming and like the puzzle elements of it. There were segments later where I would just run past people. I wouldn't even shoot them because like it's the rare shooter where I don't like the shooting. I like everything but the shooting.
The shooting felt great in the alpha. That's all I played of it.
I think it might be something to do like the time to kill still feels a little off, like a little low.
Like you die too quick.
Has anyone finished
Yeah, you
it?
died way too quick.
Yeah, it seems similar to Call of Duty, which I like overly.
But I mean, Respawn is basically Infinity.
Yeah, it feels like a Call of Duty game.
It feels. I mean, I think it's far better than any Call of Duty game I've ever played. At least
How
as
long
far as
is
the
the
campaign
campaign?
goes.
How long is it?
Campaign's like 5 hours.
5. Yeah.
I
first-
Yeah, it's really short.
I think it depends on the difficulty. Like I played it on hard and I made it through in about 6. And I know that some people play it on normal and they can make it through in 5.
I think it was Kotaku said that master difficulty was the best way to play.
I
Dude,
played it on
Master-
normal. It's like 4 hours.
Master difficulty is fucking excruciating. Like, play it on
Cannot be more excruciating than Black Ops 3 on realistic.
Dude, you fucking got like Titanfall is a game where you're not supposed to stay in your cover, right? You're supposed to run around walls and double jump everywhere. And dude, you will get one-shotted on mastery difficulty, so you can't fucking run around and jump everywhere. It forces you to play the game like you're not supposed to play it, and it's just
good.
It is the exact opposite of anything that I would describe as fun or enjoyable.
All the Call of Duty games are terrible on the highest difficulty.
Yeah, they really are.
Yeah, they really are. And Titanfall 2, as much as I love it, and I love Titanfall 2, it is no exception on master difficulty. It is like I wanted to platinum it, and I've only got a few left. And one of the ones I have is the master difficulty, and I made it up to chapter 3, and I was like, no, I'm good. I don't need to fucking play it. It's not worth
Good,
it.
John.
I do have to get good, and I'm not great at first-person shooters to begin with. So you guys have played Overwatch with me.
I'm wondering if my issues with the multiplayer.
You're a good Lucio. That's all.
I am a good Lucio. Yeah, I am. It's because I'm moving with the payload.
Keep that payload bumping.
Bumping as fuck. What's up, Matt?
I'm wondering if my multiplayer issues aren't just that it seems to have a really steep learning curve. Like, I feel like I might just be playing it in the most basic way possible. Because I've seen some videos where people are doing crazy shit.
You have never be on the ground. Just keep wall running.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, honestly, you have to play. Oh shit, Shane's got to go. Shane, thanks for joining us, man. Shane in chat. You have to play it like you would Lucio. You have to constantly move and bounce off
The
of
floor
walls.
is lava.
And pretend the floor is lava. It's a great way to put it. The thing I like about Titanfall 2's multiplayer is that if you're like me and you're just kind of so at online multiplayer shooters, it's really easy to pick up and it's really easy to be good. Like I finished it. Like I'm not. I would say I'm an average first-person shooter multiplayer guy. I'm not straight awful, but I'm far from the best. And I routinely wind up at the top of the leaderboard after every match with 18 kills, 20 kills, because it's easy to get into. And that's what I really enjoy. And it's fun too. Like having said that, I've only played attrition and bounty hunter because those are the only 2 ones I didn't really give a shit about. But my only worry about Titanfall 2 is that it won't have a long-term audience. Because
Does it need one?
I think it does. I would like to keep playing it because I am far more interested in Titanfall 2 multiplayer than I am Call of Duty anything.
I mean, I don't think it'll be an issue on consoles. Like it was PC. It's PC is where it's going to drop off the fastest because people only use Origin to play Battlefield. But
I was surprised this wasn't on EA Origins. To be totally honest with you.
What? It is on Origin.
Or not Origin. Not Origin.
Access?
Early access. That's what I meant. Yeah.
Oh.
That's what I meant. I was really surprised it wasn't. I was also really surprised they released it between fucking Battlefield and Call of Duty. That seemed like a
bad idea.
Much has been said about that.
Yeah. It's just
EA competing with itself.
Yeah, that's the part that gets me.
I tried just looking at how many players were just selected a game of attrition, and there were 24 people in my region.
Are you fucking serious?
Is that on PC?
On
Are
PC,
you playing
yeah.
on PC? Oh.
Yeah, I'm playing on PC. 24 people, and then I tried bounty hunt, 0.
Oh,
Sounds about right.
it's fucking terrible, dude. That's terrible.
That was a sandwich
Like,
in this
what-
game between Battlefield and Call of Duty has to be one of the most idiotic decisions in recent history.
Well, and it's not apparently it's not selling well either. I don't know about US numbers, but I know that they said in the UK its first week, it sold a quarter of what the first one did, and this one is multi-platform.
Yeah, but it also came out on Friday.
That was just kind
that
of
counts 1 day of sales versus the Tuesday releases.
Yeah, that's true. I guess. Yeah, but still,
not that I'm saying it's selling well.
Yeah, I don't think
Like,
it's
how
gonna,
much can you read into that comparison?
I don't think it's gonna fucking light up the sales charts or anything. I don't.
People extrapolate way too much from UK sales data because UK sales data always comes in before the other markets, and people take that as global sales every single fucking time. Every single time.
Sorry, Gabe, but if you're not talking about America sales, then it don't matter. America equals the rest of the world. You guys know that.
No, I just mean people think UK equals the world.
They do. Yeah, when people like to, and that's why. That's
because
why
the UK numbers come in first. So they just take that as like, oh, that's all the sales.
That's why I don't give a shit about fucking NPD not releasing. Or, yeah, I don't care. Fuck it. Who gives a shit about? As long as it's good, I don't fucking care.
NPD has mattered less every year.
Every single month.
Every year it matters less. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Gabe, what are you playing this week?
Since my PSVR came this Friday, I've been playing a little bit of the demo disc.
Do you like it?
Do
you like it?
Yeah, I was actually really surprised by the image quality. I thought I was going to see the whole screen door effect thing. My first experience with VR was with Oculus Rift, the DK2, and when I put it on, I remember seeing all the pixels, and I was, holy shit! Is that what VR is? That's VR? I couldn't believe it. I was really say.
No, I was gonna say you didn't get the screen door effect on PSVR.
There is a screen door effect, but only if you really look for it,
Okay.
You have to be actually paying attention.
It sounds like something if you've never heard of a screen door effect, you wouldn't even know what it would be in the first place. It just look.
I never heard about it actually when I tried the Oculus. It was in the mall. There was this both roller coaster thing where the thing moved, where the chair moved. They spray water on you. I was actually with my parents, and my mother saw it and said, "Oh, I want to try that. I want to try it like a little kid." And okay. Paid $20. I think I paid about $10 for each. No,
I actually
$20 for 5 minutes. I was so underwhelmed. So I was really, really afraid I was going to put the helmet on, put the headset on, and I was going to regret it. But no, thankfully, it's quality.
I'm really glad that you're enjoying it, considering it took you like 2 years to get that fucking thing to your house. Like, how long was that thing sitting in Brazilian customs?
It actually only took from, let me see, I bought it on the 18th. It arrived on the 24th. Yeah, it was actually a week.
It seemed like it was longer. Man, really?
Yeah.
I think it was longer than that. Because every day you're like, where's my fucking PSVR? And it felt like, I don't know.
Actually, it was 10 days.
Okay, because I was gonna say maybe it felt longer because you were bitching about it constantly in DMs and on Twitter.
Because I was actually expecting to arrive on the 24th, and it didn't. So, and then I realized there was a strike on customs, and shit. And then I was afraid I wouldn't get it for about 2 weeks, but thankfully it came last week. So.
I'm waiting for you to actually get on video. I want you to get on video and wear your PSVR headset for the entirety of the podcast. If you could do that for me. Okay.
And I've been playing. I've been playing from VR. I played Thumper, and recently just this week I bought Wayward Sky.
Okay.
Now, on the normal side of gaming, I've been playing Fall since yesterday.
Good.
Actually, that's all I've been playing.
Okay, awesome.
I played this week. Thanks to VR, I've been... Oh, I remember. I finished the Warhammer Dawn of War, the first one, campaign.
No, not for me. I can't do Warhammer games. No, I don't know why, but it reminds me of World of Warcraft, and I'm like, no. I know it's not a World of Warcraft game, but it's just
it's a strategy game.
I can't do it. Okay, Steve, what are you playing this week, bud? Let's hear it.
Well, I was playing some Skyrim as well. but it didn't take me seeing the characters to remind me I was playing the old game. It was that I fell off a cliff and died. Even though that was probably only a 4-foot clearance, and I was trying to traverse like that cliff in the middle that always impedes every path. I had scoured my way all the way down to the bottom, and then that last little jump puts my guy like lifeless on the ground. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna stop playing this game right now.
Did you miss that ragdoll animation when you die? When you fall off a 4-foot cliff?
It's
and
a
all of
great
sudden
reaction. It's very
your
heroic.
limbs are going everywhere. I think one of my I was in that fucking what's the name of that first town when you start the game and you escape the dragon and you run? It was a Riverwood, right, or something like that. You go to Riverwood and you go in this fucking store and there's this merchant sitting in there. And by the way, he's like one of the 4 voice actors in the entire game. Like they got the same 4 voice actors to do every fucking character in the game. And so he sounds just like every other merchant. He's sitting there going, I got a little bit of this and a little bit of that in my shop. And I accidentally picked up a single gold coin from his counter. And I knew I shouldn't have done it because the text was marked in red, and I accidentally did it. And all of a sudden, the entire fucking town wanted to murder me as quickly as possible. I was like, oh shit, I'm sorry. And like I picked it up, and he says, "Never should have come here." And he pulls his sword out, and then his daughter is behind me with an axe, and I'm like, "What the fuck is happening?" So like I feel like with a really cool mod, Skyrim could be like a really awesome like Resident Evil 4 type game, right? Like the villagers are just out to get you, everybody's trying to kill you. But that's like I don't know, like fucking Skyrim. Like I love that game, and I had all these fond memories, and 5 years later, when I'm playing it again, I'm realizing that maybe it just wasn't the game I thought it was. That's really depressing to me for some reason.
It's still really good, but yeah, it's not like it was.
We got Enrique in his house.
Enrique just joined us.
What's going on,
What's
Enrique?
up?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
I invited a bunch of people because most of you motherfuckers were running late, and I had no idea where anybody was. I was like, shit, we're going to have like 3 people on the fucking podcast tonight, so I shot an invite. And now
That would have
everybody's
been okay, too.
Yeah,
It'll
it
bring us
would've been
back to
fine,
the old
but-
days when it was just me, you, and Steve.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
don't forget Brian. Don't forget Brian.
Brian,
The long
too.
lost Brian. I have no fucking idea what happened to that guy. People in
Breathing
chat
into the microphone.
He brings himself into obscurity. Yes.
For people in chat who don't know, when we first started this, we had this guy named Brian on the show. I used to work with him. Me and Steve worked with him, and I don't know. He just left one day, and I have no fucking idea what happened.
I would have been perfectly fine with him being on if he didn't breathe into the mic.
Yeah, but
every
literally
time.
100% of the episode.
He
Like
had
big
this.
smalls.
I worked a cubicle away from him, and he would do it there too. He's like, and I'm like, and I'm over here like, Jesus.
He should have put his
Dude, like,
mic on push to talk.
Fuck, are you serious? Yeah, and so like Brandon would be talking about something, and in the background, you literally hear like,
And the funny part is that Google Hangouts displays the picture-in-picture of the person who's talking. So even if someone else was talking, it was always his picture that was up because the mouth breathing was pushing over so much.
He was like a competitive MMO guy.
He
So
was.
He must have
Yeah,
always
yeah.
been on the headset. How has he not known? And we would call him out on it all the time. And he was like, yeah, that's me.
yeah,
All right.
Steve
buddy.
would be like, I think Brian is about to die of sleep apnea because there's definitely something. And he'd be like, oh yeah, and be like, sorry guys, I'll watch it. And then like 5 seconds later,
Yeah, every time.
and so
I mean,
like, so
whatever.
again, I encourage everybody in chat to not go back. In fact, I'm going to delete some of those older episodes because they're
No, man, posterity.
Gotta leave him.
No, man.
I kind of want to go back now and check out these old episodes.
in all,
Yeah.
in all honesty, you should. You probably should.
They get better with age, unlike Skyrim, but
Yeah.
Oh, it's so brutal.
it's not that bad. Actually, I'm still really enjoying Skyrim, but I do see the point that maybe some things about the game that you'd expect to have gotten fixed even early in the process when they were updating Skyrim with updates and whatever else are still very much there in the remastered. That said, the game is gorgeous, and I'm playing on a console, so that's a modest statement for the guys on PC. I mean, it's certainly an experience all to itself. Skyrim's really fun. So I thought, okay, well, maybe I'll pick up ESO. Then I was looking at it, and I was like, I definitely miss MMOs. So I actually played a little bit of Star Wars: The Old Republic. And, I mean, that game's on my PC, not especially impressive, but it's pretty fun. The community's still running around. People are offering to help me and stuff. MMOs have great communities.
Yeah, but that particular, I can't believe that still has fucking audience.
Mhm.
It's Star Wars.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they still love it. And yeah, people will come around and just offer help. MMOs are awesome.
As long as they don't fuck it up as bad as they did that one other Star Wars MMO. What was the other one?
Galaxies.
Oh, Galaxies.
Yeah, as long as they don't fuck it up as bad as Galaxies, it'll
So
go.
I'm keeping my eye out. I'm looking forward to a few MMOs, and who knows what's coming out. But if you have any good ideas, you can send them to me on Twitter. But the other thing I was playing was FIFA, and FIFA is just a really good sports game. Arguably the best one that EA is putting out. I'd say it's right up there with their UFC title.
Then it's about soccer.
FIFA's good, man.
Football.
I've heard that from other people that it's their best sports title too.
I mean,
I just like the gay glitches.
And they have this really cool mode where you do the drop.
Gay glitches? The gay glitches?
The gay glitches in FIFA.
The gay.
You've never seen the gay glitches?
Oh, there's a lot of them.
Come on, John.
I literally have no fucking idea.
I will hold on. I will link to one of the greatest threads that has ever been created on NeoGAF.
Okay, yeah, shoot it to me.
Yeah, I'm on. Yeah, what is that?
I'll post it in YouTube chat. Give me 1 second.
All right.
You have to see to
So
really understand.
not unlike the Oblivion style leveling, when you drop in on a created character for multiplayer, you'll end up getting stats based on your performance in the game. So as you tackle people more, your tackling will go up. As you shoot more, your finishing will go up. And it's an intuitive leveling, and you don't have to put any points into any attribute. You just basically earn a better character by playing online with friends. It's pretty fun.
It sounds really fucking stupid. But then
John,
again,
Why
I
hate soccer, man?
I'm just fucking with you, man, because I hate soccer.
Gabe's right here. And
Once you
he
start reading that gay glitches in FIFA thread, you will never stop until you reach the last page.
I'll have to check that out as soon as we're done.
It is a treasure.
All right, Enrique, why don't you real quick talk about what you're playing? I'll say something real quick, and then we'll launch into our topic tonight.
Let's see. I haven't had a whole lot of time to game recently because I've just been busy. But when I've had some time, I've just been I've been playing Titanfall 2. I've only scratched the surface of the campaign, so I really can't go. I really can't go too much into it, but. So far, so good. I like it. I've actually really liked the multiplayer a lot. I really didn't care for the beta when it came out, but a couple of the maps that I played, I've really enjoyed. So I've been playing that and a little bit of Skyrim, but again, just scratched the surface with that. So that's what I've been focused on. I'm off tomorrow, so I'm going to use tomorrow to catch up on some gaming.
This is the first time you've ever played Skyrim, right?
No, I played it last console generation, but
I thought you'd never played it before.
No. I didn't beat it. I played like the first 2 hours or 3 hours. I was like, okay, I'm done. At the time, I think this is 2011.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was probably playing Battlefield or something back then. I did a lot of online multiplayer back then. So I tried and just went back to Battlefield or something. So, but I'm going to give it a go this time and try to finish it this time. I need to because I didn't get a chance to do it last console generation. But now that like Dishonored 2 is coming out next week, I'm like, oh my god, like when am I gonna have time to play all these games?
Dude, I just opened that fucking thread.
Yep. So did I, dude. I can't stop.
Holy fucking shit!
I told you, dude. It's the best thread in NeoGAF.
What the fuck am I looking at?
It's in every FIFA game. There's new glitches every year. It's just the gift that keeps on giving, dude.
Is this the one where like the goalie is like some like giant or something?
No.
I was wondering like how every character model ends up with face to ass.
Yep, face to ass somehow.
Wow.
Somehow they end up leaning in and kissing each other or something.
I gotta see this.
Dude,
And like
I
everything
linked it in
with their
chat.
arms.
That's the best thing about
that
FIFA.
very first one is fucking incredible.
Oh
no,
my
they get-
gosh.
You don't even know, dude. You haven't even scratched the surface.
What is going on? Oh.
It is a
Save this thread, man.
908. Someone in chat said post 908. That's the best one.
Hold on, wait. I gotta see this now. I want to give my reaction live. Post 908.
Yep.
This is oh my god. This is
Hold on,
hilarious.
wait. Here I go. All right, that's 501. Here, 908. Where's 908? 901. Okay, 908. Let's
Yeah, okay. I just found 908. That's a good one. And then he celebrates. He
He's so
celebrates.
excited.
Yeah, dude. It happens so often. It's a 22-page thread. Like, it happens so often that developers have to be putting like the shit in on purpose.
Oh my gosh, it is ass to face.
Yeah.
He looks like
there are way too many gifts for it to be an accident.
he looks like he's eating ass. Holy shit.
He's so cheering.
Oh my god.
He's so happy. Look how happy he is. He's like, yes! I've been waiting for so long. Oh my god. Dude. How did I not know about this?
Wait,
I don't know, dude.
The guy standing up, his teammates, he's rooting him on. He's like, do it.
Volt, have you seen this?
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
Dude, this is
Yeah, that's too much.
This is amazing.
Oh my
This is
gosh.
amazing. I have to show this to my wife as soon as we're done.
I love how excited he is about it.
I really am. Well, you know me. When men go face to ass, I get really excited about it.
So now you're interested in the game.
I am now. Yeah.
John
yeah.
just pre-ordered FIFA.
I just went
Downloading right now digitally.
I saw post 908 and I went from 6 to midnight. All right. All right. I'll talk real quick about what I've been playing. I have to minimize this. I can't have this open anymore. I'm getting too excited. So I've been playing World of Final Fantasy. I'm generally not a fan of monster collectathon games, but I fucking love this. It is if you're a Final Fantasy, it's not a good point of entry for people who are not familiar with Final Fantasy, simply because the game itself is 90% fan service. So if you don't know who characters like Ultros or Terra or Edgar or Bart,
You better go fucking play FF6 right now.
Yeah, well, first of all, there's a if you don't know the characters I just listed off, there's some problems in Volt. I'm looking at you.
Yeah, I know nothing about that.
Oh,
I feel like this
I'm
went
sad.
without saying a second ago, but of course my character in Skyrim is a mage named Kefka.
Of course, yes,
Yeah,
of course it is. Of course it is.
Went without saying.
Kefka was
amazing.
badass.
Kefka was badass. That laugh is legit. But World of Final Fantasy, great game. If you're not familiar with the series, I wouldn't recommend you play it. But if you are a fan of the series, there's so many little touches to the history of the series. Like, for example, a bunch of the summons in the game are actually heroes from other Final Fantasy games, like the Warrior of Light or Terra or Celeste, and they have summon. There's summon summon spells, but their attacks are themed based on the games that they come from. Like, for example, when you summon Terra from Final Fantasy VI, she stomps in with a suit of Magitech armor and she fires a giant laser, and the battle music changes to a remix of the Final Fantasy VI boss theme. And whenever you summon somebody for the first time, you can actually select their battle music, like the battle music from that respective game, to be the battle theme for World of Final Fantasy.
That's super cool.
It's really fucking cool. It is extreme. Like if you summon Sephiroth, for example, you can change the battle theme for the rest of the game to One Winged Angel.
Nice.
If you summon Cloud, you can change the battle theme to the boss theme from Final Fantasy VII, Force Your Way. So it's really fucking awesome. It's as far as I could tell, it's actually a lot more difficult than I thought it would be. Like, I had looked at it and I had thought, well, I actually played it. I played the demo and I wasn't particularly impressed. I was like, I'm not a fan of the aesthetic, and it seems too easy to me. But the game itself, when you actually start playing it, is surprisingly difficult. And there's a lot to manage. So everybody has seen the chibi characters running around in World of Final Fantasy, but your characters, Ren and or Lane and Ren, they can switch at will between their normal forms and their chibi forms, and depending on what you do, depending on which form you're at, you can use different monsters. I mean, you actually capture monsters and you train them, kind of sort of maybe like a Pokemon, not as involved, but you get like classic Final Fantasy monsters like behemoths and fucking Tonberries and Malboros and stuff like that. So if you're a big Final Fantasy guy like I am, like I know Brandon is, and you're really excited about Final Fantasy 15 coming out at the end of this month, like I know I am, World of Final Fantasy is definitely worth your time. It's a good. It's kind of a good palate cleanser before 15 comes out. Really, really awesome game, and it's out on PS4 and Vita. I'm playing it on PS4, and I'll probably double dip eventually and pick it up on the Vita as well, because we're going to be doing some traveling here for Thanksgiving, and I want that game on the go. But yeah, World of Final Fantasy is great. I will say that the story is terrible, by the way. Like it's completely nonsensical, but that's not really the point. The point, if you're a Final Fantasy fan, is to just kind of drink in all the fan references, and
They just tried to come up with an excuse to fit as much fan service.
That's
exact.
That's perfect.
That's all you should expect out of it. Yeah.
That's perfect. That's exactly what it is. It's an excuse to get a shitload of Final Fantasy. Oh, and by the way, all the original voice actors come back. So the voice actor for Yuna, she sounds just like Yuna from 10. The same guy who voiced.
Did they get Mina Savari for Aerith?
For who?
Mina Savari for Aerith.
I have not encountered Aerith yet.
You're lucky. She did a terrible job in Kingdom.
Wait, no. Are you talking about from the movie Advent Children?
Was she? I know she did the voice of Aerith in Kingdom Hearts. I don't know if she did in
Kingdom Hearts. She was terrible. Yeah, she was terrible in Kingdom Hearts. Yeah. But there's also creatures from like Final Fantasy Tactics and other Final Fantasy games, so it's really cool. I highly recommend it for a Final Fantasy fan. I highly recommend you go try it. As everybody is, I won't dip too much into Titanfall 2 just because it's been talked to death. I have been playing that. I love it. It's my favorite first-person shooter campaign since Doom. In fact, I think it's better than Doom personally, at least as far as the single-player campaign goes. And that's taking nothing away from Doom. Doom is a fantastic game. I just really like Titanfall 2 a little bit more. And that's really it. I've been kind of focusing my time between those two games, and that's probably going to take up the majority of my time until Final Fantasy 15 comes out, which I am just completely and utterly ridiculously excited for. Okay, so we got that out of the way, and something I wanted to talk about tonight. It's Titanfall 2 related, but it's not actually about the game itself. There has been, and I'm sure most people in here have seen it, but there has been a huge, I guess, backlash from certain parts of the community against Titanfall 2. And there have been people saying, well, we're not going to play it. We're glad it's not doing well. Silly shit like that. I know everybody has seen it on Twitter. But, the game is not selling well. By all accounts, it's not doing very well. And it's really sad because it's a great fucking game. It's stellar. I think it's like at a 90 meta right now, I think, right? I think I'm right about that, but it's close. Everybody who has played this game has universally loved it, but there is a small group of people who just, are saying, oh, I'm not going to play it. But I mean, the game isn't selling well. So I wanted to ask you guys, do you, and EA says, well, there's no other time period we could have released the game. Like the game had to come out now. And I'm not sure I buy that. And I wanted to see what you guys and what everybody else in chat thought as well. Do you guys think
give a better reason than just time stops after the release date that we planned for, or no? That's not how the calendar works.
No, that's literally the reason. Is this is the only time we could have released because here's the thing, and we'll get deeper in on it. Is EA says there are two types of first-person shooter. There are the players who like the Battlefield 1 style, and there are players who like the Titanfall 2 faster-paced action style. And that's bullshit.
Right. If there's a good way to disprove that theory, it's releasing the games back to back like this. Because, yeah, you'd expect the sales to suffer if the same people were going to play both games, and this is exactly what's happening.
So here, I don't know, Volt, you have seen quite a bit of this on Twitter, quite a bit. And since you're our guest, I kind of want to get your opinion. Do you believe EA when they say, because it seems to me like Titanfall 2 was sent out to die, much like Tomb Raider was last year. And in fact, the scenario to me is eerily reminiscent.
Yeah. So. That whole this is the only time they could release it. That doesn't make any sense. The first Titanfall was released in February or March or something, right?
March, yeah.
And that did fine. So I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense that they couldn't push it to a better release window.
I mean, it did better than fine though, right? Titanfall 1 sold.
I think it did good on the Xbox.
Well. Yeah. And I just
when I remember.
I don't know.
Over 10 million copies.
Yeah.
Over 10 million copies.
Yeah.
Only on the Xbox and PC. Right?
Over 10 million unique accounts, which means probably 7 or 8 million.
Yeah, but still, I mean, so let's take that number.
It did very well. Yeah.
I mean, it is, and I know a guy here who works at GameStop, right? And I asked him, and this is purely anecdotal. I understand. But I asked him, I said, hey, how is Titanfall 2 doing? And he just kind of went, he says, we are not getting a lot of interest. He said, I'll put it to you this way. We have not sold out of the initial stock we got.
Wow.
And Titanfall 2 came out last week, and I asked him this yesterday. Purely anecdotal, but it's I don't think this game is going to get a sequel.
Yeah, he just said they're
That
gonna.
would
They
suck.
did,
Yeah,
they
they just
just
did
confirmed
say-
that they're gonna make a sequel.
That's what they say. But
In so many words.
But Respawn right now is working on a Star Wars game, right? If I'm not mistaken.
But they have
Yeah.
2 teams.
But EA is all about the bottom line. They are a company. I mean, they're what? They were voted like the most hated corporation in the world at one point, right? Like EA's
Unrightfully so.
Yeah, it was stupid.
Yeah, I know it's stupid, but people don't like them, right? Like people don't like them, and I mean, I don't see. I mean, if this game completely bombs, like it seems like it might, I would love for word of mouth to get out. I would love for this game to play like a Rainbow Six Siege, right? Because Rainbow Six was like a fucking phoenix from the ashes. Now it's doing great. Everybody's playing.
Yeah, basically. Nobody ever saw that coming, really.
I certainly didn't. And I would love to see something happen with Titanfall 2, but I'm not convinced it's going to happen. And I'm not convinced that EA is going to throw money behind a sequel if this one. Because I mean, Titanfall 2, I don't know what the budget is for the game, but I know it was fucking expensive to make.
Respawn's a pretty small studio.
How big are they? I mean,
Less than 100 people.
How long was Titanfall 2 in development for?
2.5 years. A little less. About 2 years.
Yeah, it would be less, I think.
Jesus, and
They have 160 employees total.
Oh, okay. They've staffed up big time.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's bigger than I anticipated. Okay.
Because when Titanfall 1 came out, they were like 80, 90.
Yeah.
I think it's a real shame, and I think it's a real shame what certain people in the community are doing to the game. And it kind of, I'm not saying that they have a huge influence on Titanfall 2.
I don't think they'll make a difference, but
I don't think they do. But people are.
that's just entertainment for me when I'm bored at work.
People. No, dude, you get heavy into that. Like those guys come at you too, man. Like
Yeah, they'll block me. I can't even like. I have to go.
I respect your ability to not give a fuck, because that shit would annoy me to no end. Like I would not be able to put up with all the trolls and shit that you deal with on a daily basis.
All the big Xbox guys have me blocked by now. So
I've had people jumping into my DMs. I have open DMs. I've had people jump into my DMs over the past few days saying, "Oh, fuck you," and I'm like, no.
Yeah, I had that for like
I
a
wish
day.
they did it to me.
What's that, Gabe?
I wish they sent DMs like that to me.
Are your DMs open? Open them up.
Mine were open for like a day, and that was enough.
I would never even
my
think
DMs
about
are
it.
open. Let me check.
Yeah.
People can send me all the hate they want. I don't care. But I had
a lot of heat recently, John.
I have gotten a lot of heat recently. Like I have Enrique, the Xbox Mafia.
I mean, it's just it's interesting, man. To people calling you scared, I'm like, no, not so much.
No, in fact, I probably go looking for more trouble than is probably the effort. But
The last time I had an Xbox fanboy like getting shit in my mentions, like I had a higher gamer score than he did. That was always the thing. I was like, dude, I played I played Xbox 360 dire. It was like the
I
only
guarantee
console
you,
I
I have
played
a higher gamer score than most of them that get angry at me.
Yeah.
that's the best part. Yeah, is that most of these guys, and this goes for people on the PlayStation side too. Like most of these guys don't play fucking games. Like that's the part that fucking kills me, right? Like like if somebody gives me shit and their gamer tag or their PlayStation Network name is in their Twitter profile, I will go look them up. I'll be like, I just want to see. I just want to fucking see. And some of these guys, like one very, very prominent Xbox fan on Twitter, and I'm not going to mention any names, but his fucking gamer tag is right there in his Twitter profile. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna go check this out, right? So I go and I look, and he says, you're a casual motherfucker, I'm like, all right, well let's find out. So I look at his gamer score, right? And I'm like, okay, he's in a year, he's put 2 hours into Rise of the Tomb Raider, and a fucking an hour into Recore, and this was a month after Recore came out. This was very recently I did this, and he's got some Peggle in there, and I'm looking at this, and I'm like, how,
Absolutely nothing wrong with Peggle. by the way.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Peggle is an amazing game.
Peggle is so much fun.
No, there's nothing wrong with Peggle, but
But
this
yes, I know what you mean. It is super casual. Peggle is as casual as it gets. My mom plays Peggle on her iPad.
I mean, this guy's calling people. We got motherfuckers calling, hey, what's up, casual gamer? I'm like, dude, you've got a 15,000 gamer score. Like, what do you? My dog has a higher gamer score than that. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like,
I had 15,000 GS before you were born, motherfucker.
I'm not gonna. No bullshit. And Enrique knows this because I showed him that. I had a guy jump into my DMs yesterday after all that shit went, because I tweeted Phil Spencer something, and he said, and he agreed with me, and you would have thought that somebody took a shit on somebody's front lawn. Dude, the fucking drama all goddamn day. My fucking phone is buzzing. It's buzzing.
I heard about it.
It was, dude, like
Unleash the hounds. That's what happened.
Phil Spencer was getting tweeted by some fucking horrifying PlayStation fanboys, right? Like they're the worst. It's that Chucky Liddell guy. You know what I'm talking about? And
Thankfully, I don't.
I know what you're talking about.
I haven't blocked. I only heard of him recently.
He's the same guy who photoshops like gay porn. Like he'll take Xbox fans and he'll take their heads and he'll Photoshop them onto gay porn gifs. And
he's not even fun. He's not even funny. He's just terrible.
And he's just awful. Like at least guys like Crap Gamer are funny, right? I look at him like, yeah, I'm glad I'm not him. You're fucking ridiculous. I'm laughing at you. Chucky Liddell is just a waste of molecules, and so I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, you went through the trouble of Googling gay porn, and you sat there and you looked at it, and you watched it, and you sat there and you photoshopped this guy's head to the point where it's moving with every butt thrust, and I'm like, this is your life. Like this is your life. This is what you're doing with your time. And so,
John, you got to believe these guys aren't mentally stable, though. The guys that do this,
no, of course they're not. No, of course they're not. So I tweeted, and they said, "Hey, Phil Spencer, blah blah something, and they said, why, whatever." And I jumped in. I said, Phil, I said, "Hey, Phil." And the Mooch jumped in. I hate mentioning his name in the podcast, but just for context. Just for context to know to tell people what happened, I jumped in and said, "Hey, Phil, they're both bad. Please avoid them both." And he says, "I do." And Twitter lost its collective fucking mind on me. And I had PlayStation guys coming at me and Xbox guys coming at me, and people saying that I was a snitch. And I'm just like, I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me with this shit? Anybody who wants to see the fucking shit that was getting thrown at me in DMs, I'll send it to you. It's fucking bad. I had a guy not text me, but DM me and warn me about the Xbox Mafia. Like they're coming. The Xbox Mafia is coming. And I was like, what the fuck is the Xbox Mafia? I was like, are they going to...
That's the plot of Mafia 4.
No, seriously, I had a guy DM me about the fucking Xbox Mafia, and I was like, "What are they gonna send me to sleep with the Wii U? Like, I don't get it. Like, what the fuck is the Xbox Mafia gonna do? And are they gonna bust my controllers up? Like, what are they gonna do?" And so I said, "Please explain to me what the Xbox Mafia is." And the guy, guy was basically, he was like, "It goes deeper than you imagine." I'm like,
the right
deeper
answer,
than you imagine.
I was like, what the fuck does this even mean? And he was, but the unfortunate part is that this guy, I want to point out, he was not a member of the Xbox Mafia, but he was legitimately worried about them. And I'm like,
that's even better.
Yeah, I'm like, why? Why? Why are you worried? No, it was Gabe. But
it's Gabe.
But this is where we're at now. This is where we're at now. We're at a place where, yeah, people in chat are like, the Xbox Mafia is getting too real. And yes, Jesse's right. He says Chuck Liddell and Ace Man are the Tim Dog and Mooch the P. I actually don't think Tim Dog's all that bad.
It is a strange thing to root against the title. Titanfall was a good game on Xbox. It was good that they broadened it. It's sad to see people come out and hope for its failure just because it moves to another console.
You shouldn't hope.
Well, I think it's part of it's because of that tweet too. That the tweet from Respawn.
The discs.
Oh, the stupid green discs.
Yeah, no, I mean, no, seriously. I mean, no. All joking aside, I mean, it's people feel like I've heard people say Respawn slapped me in the face by tweeting out that disc.
I don't understand why they
violated the marketing deal. I'm like, what?
violated the marketing deal.
Yes.
As if they're the fucking experts.
Like that.
As if they fucking were there in the room when the contract was signed. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
like that is
Holy fuck.
that's the level of fucking investment that people have in this shit now. Like
I can't even comprehend it. I can't even. Like I don't just.
there are
I can't
literally
imagine caring so much about something that's not the game itself.
Brandon, I'm telling
Exactly.
you right now, I literally heard a guy say Respawn slapped us all in the face. And I was like, fucking how?
They
Like,
dropped
what?
a Titan on it.
They dropped it tight on the face. Like one guy was like, it's like Respawn. It's like Respawn was like banging this chick, and then you go bang another chick 'cause she's prettier. I'm like, well, I was like, are you calling yourself a chick? First of all, like I don't get it. Like,
And they're claiming principle. Oh, I'm not buying it.
yeah. Well, that's the best part. People are like, that's the best part. People are like, it's a great game. I'm just not gonna buy it on principle.
I mean, Vince Zampella, right from like when Titanfall 1 was in pre-release, was saying how he always wanted it to be on all platforms, and it was
Absolutely.
It became an Xbox exclusive because that was the only way it was going to get funded without EA canceling it, and here we are.
Yeah. The
But the
unfortunate
thing is
thing,
just
it got worse though when he tweeted out the disc that he sent to Infinity Ward.
Oh, that's so fucking stupid.
You know, there was a box of the PC version and the PlayStation 4 versions, and Vince said, actually, this is what Infinity Ward requested, so we gave it to them, and he tweeted it out, and people lost their fucking minds.
People lost their fucking minds because there's no Xbox discs.
Yeah.
And it's like, and Vince Zampella was getting people saying, "I hope your game fails. Your game."
I can't fathom.
I love that tweet where that guy, which I'm not gonna mention, said he would. Hey, I'm not gonna buy your game. Then Vince said, "Please don't."
Please don't.
Yeah. He said, "I'm not gonna buy your fucking game," and Vince Zampella said, please don't buy my game."
Yeah.
Like,
Plenty of
And
other
this-
people.
And this guy proceeded to go at Vince Zampella for like a solid hour. And I'm sitting there watching it, like eating fucking popcorn. I'm like, holy shit, this is amazing. But it all started with that stupid green disc tweet. That stupid fucking green disc tweet.
That's my favorite thing that's happened on Twitter in a long time.
That was pure gold. It was just entertainment.
and Volt was the one who brought it to my attention because he tweeted.
That tweet got like 1,500 likes. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was, and like these fucking idiots don't realize that a green disc is a term for a fucking blank unwritten disc, and they took and he says he said green isn't sexy, and they're like, oh, you're saying that fucking sexy?
Yeah, what?
What the fuck are you like? Like, wait, hold on now. Wait. And people
You said my girl?
people literally, what the fuck are you talking about my girl for? But literally, people took that as a slight towards Xbox. Or, I'm sorry, Xbox gamers. They took it as a slap in the face toward Xbox gamers. And
I can't handle it.
Volt tweeted that shit out, and I was like, you have got to be fucking kidding me. This is too good. And it got so bad. That Respawn retweeted the picture just to say fuck you to all these fanboys. They retweeted that guy's tweet because this guy, like, the thing is like, even if it's okay, let's say there's a fucking marketing deal, and you can only promote the Xbox version of whatever or the PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
Fine, got it. Okay, this is a guy's personal fucking Twitter account. He can tweet out whatever the fuck he wants. It's like when people freaked out when Jeff Keighley tweeted out the PlayStation 4 version of the Fallout 4 special. Do you remember that, Volt?
Yeah, I do.
People
That was-
fucking
Hold on,
Go
what was
ahead.
that?
It's probably the same people.
yeah, no, it was exactly the same people. Jeff Keighley tweeted out the fucking. He said, "Hey, look what I got," and it was the special edition. It was the Pip-Boy edition of Fallout 4 on PS4, and people lost their fucking minds on Jeff Keighley for a
Why?
straight 24 hours because it was the PS4 version.
Who
And
cares?
Because he's the gaming media and he's showing bias.
Oh, Jesus.
Because we can't, like, what if it had been the PC version? Would that have been okay?
Probably.
Like, I mean, I don't fucking get it. Like, I don't fucking understand this mentality. And it is, and people say, John, you just shouldn't worry about it, right? Like you shouldn't worry about it, and just leave it alone. But the problem is that shit like this, when PlayStation gamers do this and when Xbox gamers do this, it doesn't make those respective communities look bad. It makes us all look bad. It makes us all look fucking terrible. We all get lumped in with this shitty fucking crowd. And like that Scorpio emoji. That's a great example. I know really nice people like Sam on Basement Radio Arcade Podcast. He has a Scorpio emoji, and Sam is one of the most Sam Tolbert. He's a fan of this show. He's on BRAP, and he's one of the most level-headed, responsible, mature gamers I know.
He loves gaming.
You don't get more mature than Sam, unless you're me. But
Or 9 volt.
No, that's bullshit. Or 9. 9 is a lot more. Volt is a lot more. Mature.
I got tweets for like a week and a half because I made fun of that dumb emoji.
Oh God, dude!
Really?
Hey, Matt, you gotta leave.
Yeah, I got to take off.
Oh, dude, that's fine, man. I mean, we're signing off here soon anyway. So get the fuck out of here. You're done.
Have a good night, everybody.
But you know what, John? I kind of want to get back to Titanfall and not selling well. It's almost trivial. Like it released the same day as Skyrim, and it launched between Infinite Warfare and which is coming out in Battlefield 1, and also Gears of War launched earlier in the month. So it's like, why? I just don't understand that, and it's sad because it's such a good game, and a lot of people aren't going to play it.
For what it's worth, on the UK sales, it's actually doing better on Xbox than it is on PlayStation 4.
And I just wanted to sell. I could give a shit what platform it sells well on. I just wanted it to sell well because Respawn put their fucking heart and soul. I mean, that game, Titanfall 2, oozes fucking quality from top to bottom. Whether it's the single player campaign, and they put so much fucking effort into that campaign. It is ridiculous. It plays great. It plays great. It looks beautiful. It is. What the fuck?
Is it? Sounds like someone's putting a condom on or something.
It does. I'm already wearing a condom, so it's not me. But seriously, all jokes aside, Titanfall 2 is an amazing fucking game.
Is it really better than Doom?
I think it is.
I haven't played it.
That's just my opinion. I mean, I think it is, but
I don't know. It's pretty close. I kind of think Doom has a better campaign. The multiplayer is obviously Titanfall 2 is obviously better.
I would, yeah. I mean, I think I'd say the campaigns are pretty damn close. But I'm a huge fan of the Titanfall 2 multiplayer. But yeah, to sit there and tweet at Vince Zampella and the people who made it, like when you sit there and you openly wish for something to fail, like step back for a minute and really reevaluate your life. There are families. I mean, these developers have families. No, they fucking live
Their livelihood.
This is their livelihood, and whether or not their families eat depend on whether or not they have a job. And I'm afraid there's a very real fear there's a very real danger that Respawn could be seriously downsized if Titanfall 2 severely underperforms, like it looks like it might. And we shouldn't be cheering that. I mean, when you say you reap what you sow, what the fuck did they reap? Or what the fuck did they sow? Like, they didn't sow shit. They sowed a good fucking game. And if you're gonna sit here and you're gonna, if you're openly wishing for the game to fail because you feel slighted that it's on a platform you don't like, fuck you.
Well, I'm glad it looks like the sales numbers seem to suggest they're in the minority, as we suspect they would be. But this is really resting with EA to kind of put a game so close to Battlefield 1. You have to know that this is going to cannibalize the sales of Titanfall.
Apparently, it was Respawn that set the date, and they did it a long time ago.
No shit, really?
Wow. Why would they do this though?
I don't know.
EA's definitely come out and said that they've at least supported the date. I'm not sure that they picked it.
I'm sure they supported it, yeah. But it was Respawn's decision, and it was set well in advance.
I honestly cannot believe that somebody at Respawn could have thought, yeah, we could legit go up against Call of Duty and Battlefield. You can't, I just.
Let's go up against Red Dead Redemption 2.
yeah. I mean, but no. Release this game in January. That's what they did for. That's what Deep Silver did with Dying Light. Dying Light released in January, and they pushed it. It was done. It was ready to go.
They pushed it from November to the first week of February.
And instead of bombing, it became the highest selling new horror IP of all time.
Yep.
And that's exactly what Respawn should have done with Titanfall 2.
And it didn't even review that well.
Yeah, it didn't. It got which was weird to me because I love Dying Light.
Oh yeah, I thought it was way better than review said it was. But
yeah, I couldn't. I was like, what the fuck is happening? This game is amazing. 7s? Seriously?
Dying Light was like a solid 9, maybe an 8.5, but it was definitely well.
It's
above.
right there. Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. It was fucking awesome. But yeah, and like I said earlier, it reminds me of what happened last year with Rise of the Tomb Raider. You know, these games are being sent out to die. It's not a good season for new untested IPs, and I don't care what anybody says. Titanfall 2 is a new IP. You know,
for PS4 gamers, it is. Yeah.
For PS4 gamers, it is. And if I'm a PS4 gamer, like this is the holiday season, right? So people have already budgeted for Battlefield 1 or Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Most people are pre-ordering these games. Like, you fucking shouldn't stop pre-ordering games, but people do anyway, right? And so the people who have already budgeted for either Battlefield 1 or Call of Duty or both are not going to spend another $60 on Titanfall 2. They're not. And I think
unless they're doing that Target buy 2 get 1 thing, which
is a really good fucking deal. But I mean, in my opinion, they should, because I think Titanfall 2 is a superior game to at least a Battlefield 1. I mean, I can't make a call. Although I will say that I don't know if you guys have seen the gameplay that's been floating around from the Infinite Warfare campaign, but it actually looks pretty good.
I'm not surprised.
Again, I'm not a Call of Duty guy, but that looks fucking awesome. It's got like a serious Mass Effect vibe to it almost.
That makes me like it less.
Yeah, you're weird. But
I don't play Call of Duty for dialogue trees and shit, dude.
Yeah. Aside from all that, it's been kind of a slow week news-wise, hasn't it? Not a whole lot. You got the PS4 Pro next week.
Yeah.
PS4 Pro is coming out next week. Infinite Warfare is coming out tomorrow. Who here is getting a Pro next week?
I could not care less.
Not me.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Yeah. Do not care.
I do not have a 4K TV.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I'm getting one, is because I have a 4K HDR.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense for you.
Yeah.
I mean, I could play 1080p games at like higher frame rates, but like whatever. I will
say this.
I don't play games other than Overwatch right now. So I don't care.
The impressions of the Pro are starting to come out. They're really good. But again, with a caveat, like the games look better in 1080p if you've got a regular television, but to really see the benefits, you have to have a 4K.
HDR.
With HDR, yeah. But apparently Horizon running in 4K on HDR looks fucking amazing, according to people who have seen it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And then, of course, what else is coming out the rest of the month? You got Dishonored 2, which comes out next Friday, the day after the Pro comes out. And then Final Fantasy 15, 10 years in the making, which is probably, I have not been anticipating a game like this since Final Fantasy 13. Of course, we all know how that turned out.
Man.
So, you know, I'm trying to keep my expectations.
Forgot The Last Guardian. That's this year, too.
Oh
yeah, that's right.
It's also like 8 years in the making or something.
Look who joined us at the very end of the podcast. Like, we're literally about to wrap up.
Gotta keep you guessing.
We're literally about to wrap up. And here you are. Okay, I'm. You know what? I was gonna fire you, but I'm not going to. I'm glad you're here.
Oh, thank God.
Everybody in chat, technically this is Matt. He's not the Matt that you know, the Matt that was on the podcast like 5 minutes ago. He's not college
Because
Matt.
I'm the better Matt.
No, you're not the better Matt. So here's what we're going to do. We can't have two Matts running around the podcast, right? And by the way, for everybody in chat, this is our new permanent member of...
Is this like fucking The Dark Knight where Joker says, only one of you can join my group?
Yeah, no. So what we're going to do is I'm going to throw some names out on Twitter. We're going to come up with the names internally, and I'm going to throw them out in a poll on Twitter, and our audience is going to get to vote what we call Matt.
Son of a bitch. All right.
Yes.
Came in late, man.
It's going to be, hey, dude, you were late. You were late. This is your punishment.
No, that's fair. I only even showed up to say hi to 9-Volt because he's my hero.
Hey,
so I do want to caveat that it's not going to be anything like Tiny Dick Matt or Little Balls Matt.
Little
like
balls,
that.
Matt.
It's not going to be anything insulting, but we are going to let the audience.
Torpedo Vegas.
Wait, what? What? Torpedo Vegas? I don't know if we're gonna have a poll anymore. That's perfect,
dude. That's perfect.
Where did that come from?
Jesse in chat says he votes for Torpedo Vegas.
The old
I don't know where that
Torpedo
came from, but
Vegas.
it's perfect.
That is fucking okay. So that is definitely going in the poll. Torpedo Vegas.
I would prefer something with the term NOLA in it, so I could at least keep my identity.
Nolan nuts. We'll come up with something.
Nolan nuts.
Nolan nuts. We'll come up with something. But yeah, so yeah, we'll throw that out probably tomorrow. You guys can choose Matt's moniker, so to speak, on SDGC. And one last thing I want to point out, two things real quick. We have our Extra Life charity coming up on. I got some jump. We got our Extra Life charity coming up on Saturday, and we're going to be supporting the Richmond, Virginia Children's Hospital. Our goal is $3,000. It's a little higher than it was last year, and I'm hoping we can reach it. So I'm going to be streaming all day, just various stuff, probably a little Call of Duty, some Titanfall 2, some World of Final Fantasy, just whatever kind of catches my fancy. We're going to be streaming for as close to 24 hours as we can.
I'll be over there as well.
Steve is going to come over, and we're going to Steve, do you want to be on? I'm going to get my PS camera. Do you want to be on camera for the first time?
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. You guys may get to learn what Steve looks like this weekend. So that'll be the only reward you need. But we do have some other rewards for people who are going to donate, and I will tweet out our Extra Life page. But companies like BioWare and Red Hook Studios have been very, very gracious and given us some codes to give out. So if you donate, we will, and I'm hoping for some codes from Naughty Dog as well. I'll know tomorrow. But if you do donate, then you will be automatically running to win some of the numerous codes we have for some really good games provided to us by BioWare and Red Hook Studios, which of course is made Darkest Dungeon. So thanks to them. And the codes were given to us by BioWare and Red Hook directly. So that was really awesome of them. So thank you for that.
This is the second time we're going to be doing it, but we're hoping next time we'll probably look to be on site in maybe a day room or common area. With some leave behind equipment for the kids when we actually get to go.
Yeah, but yeah,
Nice.
yeah. So we're actually going to try to bring the games to some of the kids and maybe play with some of the kids in the hospital. So please do what you can to support us in that. We would really appreciate it. And then on Sunday we are going to do our second episode of the Support Class podcast for gamers with anxiety. We got a really good response from that the first time, and we're going to have some new faces on Sunday, people who listen to the podcast who are afflicted with various forms of anxiety from health to social, and we're going to talk about some more coping methods and some more of our experiences, and just kind of try to find a place of healing for everybody watching the show who deals with stuff like that. I know there's quite a few of you, I'm included. I think Matt, not new Matt, old and busted Matt is going to be on there. And a few other people as well. So it's going to be really good. But I really wanted to stress the Extra Life thing because that's really important to me. And even if you guys can't donate, I don't want to pressure anybody because I know people have various financial restrictions. But if you could maybe help us spread the word, I really would like to try to hit our goal. That would be pretty amazing. It would really be touching if we could do that. So,
or just come check it out. Even the views help justify it for the developers who want to take part in next year's or even this year's event.
Yeah, seriously, because I mean, companies like BioWare and Red Hook were gracious enough to give us some codes to give out. So, yeah, if you guys could just watch even for just a few minutes and give us some motion on that, maybe we can get something even bigger going next year. I'd like to turn this into something really big for us, visiting hospitals and handing out games to kids and stuff like that. So, yeah, it'd be really cool. But anyway, we'll go ahead and wrap it up. It's been kind of a slow week. I apologize for the technical difficulties we had at the beginning of the podcast because fucking Google Plus is going to do what it's going to do. Volt, thanks so much for coming on, man. I really appreciate it, dude. Like this was your first podcast appearance, dude. Like did it go the way you thought it would, or?
Yeah, it was fun. It was cool.
Awesome.
I'll do it again.
Awesome. Well, we really appreciate you coming on, man.
Anytime.
And Enrique, thank you again for
Absolutely.
for coming on. Why don't you give Brap a quick plug?
Yeah. Give us check us out on Wednesday nights, Basement Radio OK podcast. We broadcast live at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, Wednesday nights. And John is a co-host. And we just, talk video games. We don't do any fanboy stuff. So come by, check us out.
Not like SDGC where all the fanboys come to hang. And of course, welcome to our new member. We haven't named him yet. Technically, his name is Matt. But
I thought it was like Vegas Torpedo or something.
No, it's right now. What we haven't decided is Torpedo Vegas yet, but we're working on it. We're working on it. Is he even there?
Yeah.
Okay, there.
He's rethinking.
You're a waste of space. You're a waste of life. You're terrible. But anyway, having said all that, I am happy you're on the podcast now.
Well, me too, good sirs.
I have no idea.
Sorry, work ran long. Okay,
we're gonna end the show now. I think he's gone. I think we lost him. I think we lost him. Okay. Well, as always, guys, it's not always poetry, and we don't always agree, but we always keep it real. So please don't forget to tune into us on Saturday for our Extra Life charity. We appreciate you guys' support, and we will see you guys on Saturday.
Hooray.
Wait, hold on. Are you fucking driving? What are you doing? Stop that.
He is
Keep
driving.
your eyes on the road.
Well, you didn't think I was still here, so I had to prove it.
That's dangerous. I don't want you to die in a car accident live on the podcast.
He's driving. Oh my god.
All right, we're getting off the air now. Goodbye. I don't want Matt to die.